Welcome to the Auburn Volleyball Report as we talk it over with Tigers head coach Rick Nold. Auburn finishes 2-1 in the Shamrock Invitational in South Bend, Indiana. Won the first two matches at 3-0 and then up 2-0 in the match against host Notre Dame and take an early lead in game 3 or set 3. Mm-hmm. Had to be a little bit frustrating the way that ended, I suppose.
Yeah, it's just, we were playing well, had some good momentum, and, they made some good adjustments. I think they started really running a quick attack behind, and we just kind of struggled with the speed of what they were doing. That's kind of what we've struggled with in our matches lately, although the first two matches up there, they were two really good athletic teams that ran the same kind of tempo that we had seen last weekend that we struggled with, and we did a good job handling that. So, but, this is a team, Notre Dame, that, they did the same thing, but they backed that up with some really aggressive serving, and we're doing a good job blocking this. So just kind of got in a bad rut there.
Beat Oakland University on Friday, then Loyola Chicago Saturday morning, so you're set up to face a Notre Dame team. You win a close one in set 1, put a little distance between yourself and Notre Dame in set 2, and jump out to that lead in set 3. How much did home court advantage, in your mind, play a factor, if at all, at that point?
Well, I think it definitely plays a factor. I mean, anytime they've got a great crowd up there. They've got a really really good history, and so as they started to make some changes, make some plays, their crowd got behind them, and I think we got frustrated a little bit, and that's just that's part of what we have to learn how to deal with. We've talked all season about in volleyball, it's how you handle your mistakes is really important. I think any sport probably, but a good volleyball game, you're going to lose almost half the points, and so do you dwell on those points, or are you looking for the next play? And so we talked a lot about that throughout that match, and we just couldn't seem to get over the hump and kind of get back into feeling positive about the things we were doing, and so it's just their crowd definitely helped that.
Yeah, it appeared that when they got the momentum in that third set, that Auburn just could not reverse it at that point.
Yeah, and we tried different things, blocking. We were trying to serve tougher. I thought that was an area we started to struggle. We were, serving a little bit easier. I think that's the tendency as things start going bad, you start playing conservative. And, we talk a lot about, just the opposite. And but, definitely they made some changes, and we need to respond to that situation. We talked about it, and it's something for us. It's, we kind of said the same thing after Wisconsin-Green Bay. If this happens and we don't learn from it, then it's a waste. If we learn from it and we can move forward, and the next time we're in that situation we handle it differently, then we can get something out of it.
What is your message to the team after that second match on Saturday then?
It's just know who we are. We've got to really own who we are in terms of we need to be an aggressive team. We need to always be putting pressure on people. That starts serving, passing. And if we stick with that, we're a pretty good team. I think there's some areas like anybody else, we've got to improve in. I think we've got to get a little bit more balance in our attack. We started going a lot to the outside, a lot to Cam in the middle, and that makes it easy to play us. So there's some things that we can do to improve, but the biggest thing we've got to be aggressive. We've got to put pressure on people.
All right, one match this week, and this is a significant match, a historical match. For the Tigers. Auburn will play at noon on Saturday against a top 20 opponent in Florida State at Auburn Arena. First time ever at Auburn Arena for a match.
Yeah, and it's a great first match in the arena. Just, Florida State's got a great program, went to the Final Four a few years ago. We've played with them a lot and know each other pretty well. But, being in the arena, that's something we've been looking forward to. And so I think when you have that type of opponent, there's a lot of excitement with that, and excited to get a lot of people out there.
You've practiced in the arena. What do you expect just from a match in the arena? One thing you haven't practiced with is that crowd all down around you on that lower bowl.
Yeah, and there's part of it that, like in the student act, we're used to a crowd being right down there on the court, and other places we go, it's the same way. So I don't think that'll be much different for us. And I think the nice thing about the arena is that a lot of times you go into a basketball arena and you can almost lose the sound, just because it's just too big, And the arena's big, but I think the way it's built, it really holds sound in well. So, I think it'll be a great atmosphere down there, and we're just looking forward to it. Big match for us.
I've asked you this: what have the kids said about the sight lines at the arena as opposed to the student. Because one of the differences is you will have folks sitting in the end zones where you typically don't have that at the arena or at the Student Act.
Yeah, and again, we have it at different places. Nobody's mentioned anything about sight lines, those kind of things, which is good. I mean, if you start thinking about what's different.
Shouldn't have asked then.
No, yeah, if you think about what's different, then all of a sudden you're going to notice those things. And, bottom line is, sometimes there's lights that become an issue. But we don't have that, in the arena. We got a really nice setup. So, again, it's a different size, but we go to a lot of places, play a lot of different, types of gyms. So, but this will be home for us now.
That's right. Maybe a word or two more about Florida State that comes in here Saturday at noon.
Again, a very athletic team. They, they'll play with speed, which, again, that's something we've struggled with some. And so we'll have to, and I think as coaches, we've got to make some adjustments on how we're working in practice because, like a lot of sports, we get good at teams that play the same style we do, and we're not as fast, attacking on the right side and things like that as some of the teams we're playing. So we've got to find ways in the gym to replicate that so we can get comfortable with that. But they definitely, when we played in the spring, they attacked us fast in a lot of areas. Every week we talk serve and serve receive, but again, it's going to be an important thing because we got to get them out of system where we can kind of take advantage of losing some of that quick attack where we can get some solid blocks up.
Folks can come out, watch that match at noon. They'll be done in plenty of time to tailgate for Auburn LSU football as well, right?
We'll be there too.
All the best to you, War Eagle.
Thanks a lot, War Eagle.
Tigers head coach Rick Nold on the Auburn Volleyball Report.